in college.
Yeah.
Bam, Halliburton, Holiday White. I know who I want.
I think I want somebody to run my offense.
And this is a smart
And
pick.
is a feisty defender.
Okay, great.
It's a smart pick.
Yeah.
Right.
John Stockton.
Thank God.
Nick's underrating John
No.
Stockton.
1992, Run TMC.
This is Run TMC
That's a
was
good pick.
Yeah, that was right
Yeah,
at that
yeah.
time.
Chris Mullen.
Okay. You need shooting.
I need
So
shooting. And you know what? He's just going to even if he's not moving a lot,
or at all.
it's going to be respected. We're getting Bird.
I think that's smart.
We've
You
now
know,
got.
Magic did say when he got a chance, he switched a few.
Yeah.
That documentary.
Yeah. All right. I feel
Oh,
great
it's
about
me
it.
again.
All of a sudden, my team. I just have old
So
guys
Bam.
and Devin Booker.
Halliburton.
They're not old.
You know what?
No. But
Because I got LeBron can run, Drexler can run. You know who pushes the rock?
you're taking Hallie?
Tyrese Halliburton.
You're taking Hallie.
Absolutely. Tyrese Halliburton. I want to play fast. Oh, and I got Stockton too. Oh my God.
See, all right. I'll take 21 Drew, 22 Derek White.
All right, Brew, you've got Leitner.
Oh. Give me Bam.
I really got hosed here.
I think I
don't know
clearly
if my
have the
team
best
has an
team.
identity.
No, you don't. You don't. And Nick's
All right,
team
I gotta
is
tell
old
you.
and
I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the first time I've ever said this, and it shows that I'm a fair arbiter. Brew is the best team.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, Brew.
You know,
You
part
have
of it
all-
was to stick it to
No.
Nick. I knew Nick wanted
I have all-
LeBron and KD,
Yeah.
and you know,
Brew
I got
keeps
rim
my
protection.
draft board and ended up winning because of it.
I made the argument that the 92 Dream Team would dominate, and I chose the entire 2014.
I got a good ballot. You're right.
I don't
Nick's
like-
only got one young
That's what
guy.
I'm saying.
Who's
Who's
you
your
got? Me?
Yeah.
Ewing.
Salam everyone. We're gonna react to First Things First and their draft that they did not that long ago. So basically they're doing the 92 Dream Team and this current Dream Team. And the reason you have some names up there now, the camera wasn't really working for some of the audio, so I wasn't able to get it all down. But as you see here, Nick Wright surprisingly picked Michael Jordan with the first pick. You got a lot of things to pack. You know, Chris Broussard took LeBron. You know, he took, who did he take after that? I think he took Curry, and he took Ewing. It's pretty interesting. There was a dispute earlier on if they should do the primes versus currently. So I'll basically go over both and see what I would do for both. First, I'm going to crown one of these guys a winner. Then I'm going to redo the draft as if they hired someone with common sense. And if you like First Things First, you can always probably see my comments either on their channel or on the Go Hoangbi. Now let's discuss what they have going on. Now Michael Jordan was picked first by Nick Wright, surprisingly. But not surprisingly, if you're going to be honest, he's the best player here. Then Chris Broussard took LeBron James. I thought it was kind of weird at the beginning, but it made sense. Because he was smart enough to recognize Wilds might not have taken him and would have led that LeBron with this mic. Not a good option if you're going against that team. Wilds then took Charles Barkley and Magic, which are honestly the better players there. Then obviously, you know, Broussard with the last pick, he took LeBron and paired him alongside Steph, which is pretty a good pick. Then Nick Wright took Malone and David Robinson to put size up front. Now, when you look at this here, they were pretty good picks. Now you have Patrick Ewing going right under David Robinson, which is pretty interesting of a pick. I understand, though, Defensive Player of the Year, David Robinson. Now, right after that, you have Patrick Ewing going to Broussard's team, and Davis and Anthony Edwards going on Wild's team. I felt like he was picked a little too early, but whatever. Now you have Broussard possibly taking the steal of the draft with KD at the 11th pick. Nick follows that up with Pippen and Devin Booker. And in my opinion, the fourth greatest shooting guard of all time, going right below him. Now that we're all caught up, let's get to the draft.
Team white guys.
We
we did.
For the record, Bird would have been gone, but he's barely
Bird
gone.
in college.
Yeah.
Bam, Halliburton, Holiday White. I know who I want.
I think I want somebody to run my offense.
And this is a smart
and
pick.
is a feisty defender.
Okay, great.
It's a smart pick.
Yeah.
All right.
John Stockton.
Thank you.
Nick's underrating John
No.
Stockton.
1992, Run TMC.
This is Run TMC
That's a good
was
pick.
Yeah, that was right.
Yeah,
at that
yeah.
time.
Chris Mullen.
Okay. You need shooting.
I need
So you-
shooting. And you know what? He's just going to out, even if he's not moving a lot,
or at all.
it's going to be respected. We're getting Bird.
I think that's smart.
We've
You
now
know,
got.
Magic did say when he got a chance, he switched a few.
Yeah.
That documentary.
Yeah. All right. I feel
Oh,
great
it's
about
me
it.
again.
All of a sudden, my team, I just have old
So
guys
Bam.
and Devin Booker.
Halliburton.
They're not old.
You know what?
No.
Because I got LeBron can run, Drexler can run. You know who pushes the rock?
You're taking Hallie?
Tyrese Halliburton.
You're taking Hallie.
Absolutely. Tyrese Halliburton. I want to play fast. Oh, and I got Stockton too. Oh my God.
See, all right. I'll take 21, Drew. 22, Derek White.
All right, Brew, you've got Leitner.
Oh. Give me Bam.
I really got hosed here.
I think I
don't know
clearly
if my
have the
team
best
has
team.
an identity.
No, you don't. You don't. And Nick's
All right,
team
I got to
is-
tell you.
Now I don't understand how Nick couldn't take Tyrese Halliburton or Drew Holiday, even applauded for John Stockton being taken. But later on here, he's gonna complain how he doesn't have a point guard. I think that's pretty sad.
I got to tell you,
Yeah.
hey, this is the first time I've ever said this, and it shows that I'm a fair arbiter. Brew is the best team.
Now, before I get into discussing if Brew did have the best team, actually, I thought it was pretty interesting how he just gave it to Brew. No fight, no pushback for his team he drafted. He saw LeBron on the roster and was like, all right, you want pal.
I mean, Brew.
You know,
You
part
had
of
all-
it was to stick it to
No.
Nick. I knew Nick wanted
I have all-
LeBron and KD,
Yeah.
and you know,
Brew
I got
keeps
rim
my
protection.
draft board and ended up winning because of it.
I made the argument that the 92 Dream Team would dominate, and I chose the entire 2014.
I got a good ballot. You're right.
I
yeah,
don't
Nick's
like-
only got one young
That's what
guy.
I'm saying.
Who's
Who's
your
your
guy?
second?
Me?
Yeah.
Ewing. Rim protection. Oh.
So, all right, so
Hit
hold
the
on.
mid-range jumper.
So my starting five is, I mean, the Suns tried this, it didn't work. Devin Booker's running point, boys.
That doesn't work.
Wait,
I
did
know.
you?
I didn't get a
Don't
point
You
guard.
don't have a point
You don't
guard?
have
No.
Stockton.
Oh God.
Then you're out.
Yeah,
How do you
you're
not have a
bad.
point guard?
Oh
Because
my God,
five
you didn't
point
get
guards here.
one.
Because you guys,
Yeah,
you guys screwed me. I was focused on length and defense. You know what? Point forward, Scottie Pippen.
That won't work.
Yeah.
What do you mean won't work?
Yeah.
It just won't work.
That's what they said about.
But what about
you said
what?
about
All right, you know what?
They thought
MJ the
Booker-
year he almost averaged triple double.
Now, if you've watched this show before, you know you're never going to hear Nick ever bring up this triple-double thing again. Talk about point guard MJ.
Let him play point. The Bruce kryptonite is. I'm like, can Michael Jordan do it? It's like, yeah, he'd be great at it. All right, MJ's my point. Chris Mullen's my 2. Pip's my 3. Karl Malone's my 4. Robinson's my 5.
So you're
with
starting
Bird and
Mullen
Booker.
over Booker?
Yeah, Bird and Booker off the bench. And Christian Laettner
But
waving a
a
towel.
very
Yeah, I
compromised
love that
Larry
team.
Bird.
I don't love it
My
either.
starting five: Steph. Well, my forwards are LeBron and KD.
Mhm.
I got Patrick Ewing in the middle.
Mhm.
I got Steph and Clyde Drexler.
And coming off the bench,
Oh
you
my
have
gosh,
Stockton,
that's a nice squad.
Bam, and Halliburton. You're oversaturated
I
at
won.
point
I
guard
won.
is the problem.
I
You
won.
took all the point
You have
guards
all
for
the
no
point
reason.
No, but my best point guard is really a two
And
guard. He's a
Wilds-
shooter, Steph.
You're starting Magic.
Magic's bringing the ball up.
That's good.
Mhm.
Even Magic in '92.
Yes. Then
But he was.
And
he's
your
a year
2 is
removed
Anthony
from-
Edwards.
yes.
Okay,
You're-
that's good.
Your 3 is Tatum.
A lot of turnover.
Your 4 is
And
Barkley.
missing
Barkley, and then I'm going to start.
AD,
Barkley's
right?
good.
I might start.
AD, yeah.
Yeah.
AD.
I think
With
I
Holiday,
clearly,
Embiid, and White off the bench. You won.
I clearly had the best team, and
I
I
thought my
got
team
I gotta
was
be
gonna be
honest.
better.
I think Wiles has the second best.
I know, but I thought my
although
team was
you
gonna be
Knicks
better.
got Jordan.
There we go. I was gonna say I got Jordan.
That's a
bro.
monkey wrench.
Might
You
lose.
never know. They can. Thank you, fellas.
All right, now you guys got to do another one.
Now, who do I have winning this draft? to be honest, I have Nick Wright winning the draft. I thought Chris Broussard had a really good team surrounded by him. I also think just having the amount of talent that Nick Wright does have alongside Michael Jordan is the end all be all here. You have, like I said, point guard MJ, a lot of people sleep on. You have someone he has continuity with in a lockdown defender with Scottie Pippen. I think this Scottie Pippen will do a pretty good job on either KD or LeBron at this stage in their career. If these teams were in their prime, it's a little bit more tough because I was honestly leaning towards Broussard's team. But having Bird on the bench or just having Bird in the lineup period is definitely a difference maker. And I think I'd still have to lean towards Nick Wright on this one. But he gets no passes or he doesn't get my respect for his drafting because he didn't plan on putting Mike at point guard, at least I don't think so. And if you needed a point guard alongside Mike, why didn't you draft Stock or Drew Holiday? I felt like even Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, you had guards. You didn't want to take him. You picked Chris Mullin. I mean, man, try to put Devin Booker at the point guard. I don't understand. In 1992, Drexler just coming off the finals. We're gonna act like Anthony Edwards right now is better than him. Come on, Kevin Wildes. You probably my favorite one on this channel. But as promised, I'm gonna give you my take on the draft, how I would draft things, both currently and all time. But before I do that, I'll give you a little bit of footage that was in the beginning.
In their prime. Wildes is so annoying because it's an Olympic thing. Okay, that's fine. I'll take Anthony Edwards in 5 years. No. What you've seen, the best you've seen, his peak. Okay, that's fine. All right, time to travel. He's broke. Listen, he's gonna throw in the towel and not participate if we don't do it his way. You guys can do it afterwards. No, let's just do the Olympics. We're doing it as they were in 1992. Brew's now really upset. 1985. Right. Fine. I'm gonna go ahead and with the first pick take 1992 Michael Jordan.
And so will I. Again, I'll be doing this draft as if I was each my own person, basically picking as if I was them. And the draft begins. Michael Jordan would be my first pick. I think it's no-brainer here at 92. He was in the middle of his prime. Now you have Kevin Durant at number 2. I picked Kevin Durant at number 2 for the simple fact he can mesh with anybody on the court and has a very rare ability compared to the rest of the players here. Now at number 3, I'm taking current LeBron James. Considering this is not in their prime and Magic wasn't playing for a year, I think LeBron is right where he needs to be. I pair him up with Steph Curry. Again, I'm not too sure if I would actually place this old LeBron amongst all the players there. But when considering his play, his legacy, and the fact he could end up being on Michael Jordan's team, I select it. Now, pairing up with KD, I'm going to select Magic Johnson. Someone who can play with anybody and will be a perfect player to distribute the ball. Though he had taken a year off, he had also made the finals, so I think it's something to look at. Pairing up with Michael Jordan, give me Patrick Ewing and Anthony Davis. I take Anthony Davis for the simple fact he's a good big man, could play switch and hit the three, space the floor. As far as Patrick Ewing is concerned, he is an all-time competitor that went against Michael Jordan, and I think it would both raise their games to play alongside each other. And as well as Patrick Ewing being the all-time great that he is, I'd argue the best big man in the picture. And so Team 2 will end up pairing KD and Magic. They'll take Karl Malone. I think Karl Malone is not only a great player, especially at that time being top 5 in MVP voting, but as well as being a player that played alongside a point guard in John Stockton and has more of a team game than an individual game. And speaking of individual games, I'm pairing up Charles Barkley to go alongside LeBron and Steph. I think Barkley will do the dirty work as long as I'd be able to score when needed to and have the ability to close out games. And I'm going to take David Robinson alongside them. David Robinson was not only Defensive Player of the Year that year, he brings an inside presence both offensively and defensively. And again, we'll be able to do some of the dirty work that Steph Curry, a small guy, and LeBron at the old age probably won't give. especially on the defensive end. Now for Team 2, I'm pairing KD and the crew with Clyde Drexler. Clyde Drexler, to me, the 4th greatest shooting guard of all time. To me, Drexler's not really the best team player you can put alongside these guys. But at the same time, him in transition with Magic Johnson and KD at the open wing, I think would be great. Now to pair alongside Michael Jordan, we're going to draft John Stockton and Jason Tatum. Stockton's a great player who can hit clutch big-time shots, space the floor, handle the ball, and knows when to give it up. Jason Tatum's a player who's played with great players before, could play defense, and can hit the three. And with the snake order going back to Team 2 and Kevin Durant, we're going to take Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid might not be the best player here, but we're running out of big men, especially centers, and he needs to fit right here. We've seen Magic Johnson play with a slower Kareem, so I don't think this will be in any effect at all, and he'll be able to space the floor for them as well. And so for this team here on Team 3, we're going to take Devin Booker, and I'm going to draft Scottie Pippen. I took Devin Booker here to be the 2 guard of this team, a closeout guy, a guy who can handle the rock. You know, Steph needs to come off the bench, things of that nature. And I'm going to take Scottie Pippen for if LeBron has to come off the bench. And again, that dirty work. You know, having LeBron on that team, he might be able to lock down players like he's doing in the Olympics, because we're not going against Olympic competition, but we're going against each other. Again, not only separating him from Michael Jordan, but also being a good point forward and a great defender is why we have Pippen at this spot here. After Pippen is drafted, I'm going to have to take Bam Adebayo. Now, Embiid has a kind of sluggish body, and taking an advantage on the big men and have these guys without another big man for real, we're going to take Bam Adebayo to run this team. He's a fast guy, and will be able to run the court with Magic and the crew, while also giving value on the defensive end. For Team 1, I'm taking Jrue Holiday and Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards giving, I guess, a mock of Michael Jordan when off the bench, and Jrue Holiday being able to space the floor, as well as giving you a Ron Harper 2.0 effect. Immediately after that, Team 2 will take Tyrese Halliburton for Magic to come off the bench. Team 3 will take Derek White and Christian Laettner. Christian is the last big and allows 5-out ball, while Derek White is another guard who can play defense and hit the three. I'm going to follow KD's team with Chris Mullin for Mullin to come off the bench for KD. And Team 1's team is going to be Larry Bird. Larry Bird didn't be able to move that much, and Mike will take a slack. And that's my team if I were to do the draft. Now, a bonus clip for you guys is going to be the all-time draft. I'm going to lay this out for you guys pretty fast here. Comment down below who you guys picking to win. And as promised, I'm quickly going to do the all-time draft. So with the first pick, I'm going to take Michael Jordan. With the second pick, I'm going to take LeBron. With the third pick, I'm going to take Magic and Bird. So pairing up with LeBron, I'm going to take Kevin Durant. To pair up with Michael Jordan, I'm going to take Steph and Patrick Ewing. To pair up with KD and LeBron, I'm going to take David Robinson. Then after that, Barkley and Davis will be joining Magic and Bird. Pippen and Tatum will go to MJ, but right before that, Malone will be paired with LeBron. So after them, Drexler will also be teamed up with LeBron. Magic's team will be receiving Booker and Embiid. Right after that, Halliburton will be going to LeBron's team. Then Bam. Then Bam and White. Then Anthony Edwards will be going to LeBron. You got Mullin to Magic and Laettner to Magic. Here's what the teams look like at the end. But that's it for this video. I appreciate your time. For those waiting on the eye test video, I'm almost done. About halfway done with all the contestants. Be patient on that. Comment down below what you guys think about the draft, my draft, and theirs. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Hope you like this week's Real Take. See you soon. Salam.
Because at their peak, having the second pick is the easiest thing. I think you just take either Jordan or LeBron. You know what I mean? I know who I would take. I'm gonna shock y'all. I'm still going with my man. Yes, LeBron James. Put the number 2, so we can see that was the second pick. That's a wild pick. That is. No, LeBron's still smart. He's still getting a leader. And can I tell you, that's a smart. I'm cool.
مسير دعوتنا وتوقيد مشعل الإيمان كي تنجو بأمتنا وترفع راية القرآن تحدو ركب عزتنا وتسمو في العلا قيما وتحدو ركب سنتنا فتاة الخير يا أملا تنير مسير دعوتنا وتوقيد مشعل الإيمان كي تنجو بأمتنا وترفع راية القرآن تحدو ركب عزتنا وتسمو في العلا قيما
Subscribe to Juba Jordan.